crying myself to sleep and thinking better days are a far off dream. Get up and I move my feet, cause I hear music playing on these streets. Ain't nobody gonna cry today. Ain't nobody gonna die today. I kiss my cares all away. It's gonna be a good, good day. It's gonna be a good, good day. Good, good day. Gonna be a good, good day. I think it's finally all gonna go my way. Rain or shine, no, I don't mind. This day is mine. I'm gonna chase all those gray clouds away. It's gonna be a good day. It's beautiful. It's gonna be a good day. No more crying myself to sleep and thinking better days are a far off dream. Get up and I move my feet, cause I hear music playing. It's gonna be a good, good day. It's gonna be a good, good day. Good, good day. It's a real good day. I think it's finally all gonna go my way. Rain or shine, no, I don't mind. This day is mine. I'm gonna chase all those gray clouds away. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. It's a great, great day. It's a good day. Get up. Can't you see the sun shining? I woke up and I rolled out of bed. Got dressed and I left at 10. Check my nails, looking good. It's a beautiful day.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us today.
Good morning.
Good to see you guys. That's Shana. She's here for you.
That's Mike. He's also here for you.
And we got a good topic for you guys this morning.
Yeah.
HOA Reform 2.0.
We're going to talk about that.
Full update from
Full update.
HOA Reform 1 to HOA Reform 2. Sometimes there's like these breaks in between. They'll do like 1.1 and do a minor update, but this is like a major
2.0.
Yeah, it's a major release.
Major release, yes.
All right.
So thank you guys for joining us this morning. And if you're present, chat your name in. We had some new people yesterday chatting in. It was nice to chat with them. What else do we have today?
Today is Tuesday.
Eat your tacos.
Tacos, that's the main update.
It's going to rain tonight, so if you don't want your car to get hailed on, you might want to start planning now.
The phenomenon of hail is kind of crazy. It's warm here, but then it hails, and like some of this is not really.
It's weird.
If you just, you almost have to do some mental gymnastics to find out how does something freezing fall from the sky when it's warm.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Maybe some of your kids out there are studying meteorology, and they would know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, we've got a green screen if they need to practice.
Okay, ready to go?
HOA Reform 2.0. That's Shana Acquisto. She's a luxury real estate broker, and these are some of the things that she lobbies for. These are things that when you get involved that you get to make a difference on. And there's a lot of great people that have really put in some serious effort behind this, right? And we're going to be talking about not only the people, but the process and how it works. We're going to show you web links. We're going to share documents with you, and we're going to discuss several topics all within that here in just a second.
HOA Reform, yes. So we'll get started on, as you know, last year was huge. Texas realtors across the whole state fought, and brought all of these issues to the legislators about HOAs and how, we need to create more of a transparency out there. I mean, there were a lot of things from transfer fees to, how they're dealing with rentals and, everything in between. So it passed. So the new HOA reform for transparency was passed last year. And what we want to do is pull this over Omkar and just remind you guys of some of the things that you, as realtors, were responsible for.
Okay.
So the fees, the resale certificate fees were capped at $375, and to update a resale certificate was $75. So that is a big one right there. They, Trek, they don't regulate, but they created a website that we'll show later. But they created a website for all the HOAs who they have to upload their certificates to this website. So we have one database with all the HOAs, so we can easily find what's going on in those HOAs. There's several on here. I want you guys to take this and have it, so oops, false alarm. So kind of the things that were passed in the initial reform. Okay. So I think this is great for transparency. I think it helps all of us. And, one thing that, the transfer fees were huge and they still exist, but at least you're going to know what they are in advance, right? So if you're selling a home in an HOA, you need to go to this database and you need to search and know what you're getting, what your buyer's getting involved in prior. If you know something that is really specific for their use of the property, then you should probably encourage them to look at that in advance. You don't want to wait until later. Okay, so how can you help? Well, there is a website called myhoastory.com, and this is how we can hold the HOAs accountable. So as we know, there's always ways around the rules, right? And people tend to find them. So what is really important, and this is what you guys need to do.
Video.
Well, yeah, is if you know or hear of something that's going on within HOAs, then you are encouraged to please go in here and tell the story. If we don't tell the story and we don't share this information, then we don't know that a problem exists. It's the same in our industry, and I'm just kind of sidebar this for a minute. If you are constantly banging your head against a wall because this agent is doing this, or nobody's disclosing this, or, whatever is going on out there, and you continue to argue and go crazy over it, if you're just telling me, that's fine. That's one person. But you should file a complaint. If you keep going through the same issues over and over, it's your responsibility. If you don't complain or file a complaint or do something about it, then you shouldn't complain about it anymore, right? There's avenues for us to be able to share and hopefully get answers. But
So we're going to take each of these links and chat them in, so you guys all have them. We'll give you the initial one, this one, and then there's one more. So those will be coming in the chat, so you can access them all on your own, right?
Yeah.
You'll be able to see them.
So this, myhoastory.com. So you guys can go in there as realtors and share a story. You can encourage and send out to your clients. And if there's an issue going on that you hear, then let them tell their story. Right? They're the one that's probably really passionate about it if they've been affected in a negative way. So encourage them to go in there and do it. There are so many stories in there, and I encourage you guys to even go in there and see the stories, and you'll start to hear some of the issues that are going on. That's how you can hold them accountable. This is going to remain, so everyone should, bookmark this and know that you can go in there and share these stories, and that's how we're going to get answers.
We'll put it inside the agent portal, so we'll make a section specifically related to this, that the agents can find this type of stuff later on.
Yes.
So thank you very much for that, Anna.
Yeah. And then we have the, Trek's website for HOAs is now live. So we've got this. This is the website. It's hoa.texas.gov. And this is where you will be able to go in, and this is where the HOAs are required now by law to go in and upload their management certificates. Every HOA in Texas must do this, right? And there's different timelines, so it's going to take probably a year for us to really see all of these HOAs in here. So don't rely on, if they're not in here, then they don't exist. Because like I said, there's different timelines depending on when they file for them to get the information uploaded. But this is where you're going to be able to go in and you're going to be able to search for an HOA and see the certificates, know what fees exist, and, be able to share that with your client before waiting on, this to get pulled once you're under contract. So I think this is a really good, a good site. I think this is going to, the purpose of it is to create transparency. There's some things going on now, and, so all of this exists now, and this is from our efforts from last year. But going into, 2023, what we're seeing is, there's going to be the reform of what they're calling 2.0. So there's different things that are happening now that they're seeing that they're working on. Texas realtors are working with lawmakers, and they're working on expanding on that reform. One of the things that I know of was the rentals, the rental caps and all of that, and what's required of a landlord. But now what they're seeing is the HOAs are charging a fee. So if you're a property owner and you have a rental in a neighborhood, and and you're renting it out, then they are charging you above and beyond the normal fees, a different fee on a monthly basis per tenant who lives in the property per month. That's nuts. That's crazy. So I haven't seen any of that.
What they're trying to do is not have that occur, right? They're trying to find another way to stop that from happening, from allowing you to really rent out your place.
Yeah.
They're discouraging it by
That's the HOAs are discouraging it because, look, there should be a percent. You should be able to do what you want to with your property, right? And not violate your homeowner right as a homeowner. But I also see the balance of, maintaining the neighborhood, so I think they're going to look to, they understand the issue. Charging people, I don't know if that's really.
Well, that sounds like a great topic for the future. Maybe one that we'll have Omkar make a note of so we can thoroughly discuss it.
Yeah, and see how that plays out.
Homeowners' rights in what you have, and what's best for the neighborhood, so to speak, and see what those things are and how you weigh.
And who determines
how you
that?
weigh those
what is
out.
That?
Yeah, but we should look at it from each side. So we'll have that.
I think HOAs they can be good. They just need to be transparent, and I think they just kind of veered off the track a little bit and got a little too maybe big for their
Sometimes
britches.
when no one checks on you,
there always needs
absolute power
a checks and balance
leads
system.
to okay.
True.
So
yes. So you guys, you should be involved. This is your industry. You're a real estate professional. This is important to you. So getting involved and participating and sharing and letting people know that we're much more than someone who is just, facilitating a transaction for you. We are going to, we work with Texas lawmakers to make sure that any issues like this are addressed and brought to light. So, this adds a lot of value to us as realtors. There's 150,000 realtors in Texas.
And
That's
I think this
a huge
happens
voice.
because realtors care.
Yes,
right?
of course.
And they want to do the right thing, and they're in it for the long term. And that's the difference, right? When you first get into anything,
Yeah.
there's different levels. You want to succeed and be sustainable first. And then you want to be able to,
And it's not easy. You have to earn a living. So that's your focus, right?
and you want to help those that are in the industry. Then you want to help others. You want to help the community. And this is part of a natural progression of you getting better in your career, is just like caring and giving back.
It is.
And that's what the realtors are doing here,
Yeah.
both the state and the national.
And if this group of people are doing everything right and these guys aren't, we should bring that to light and say, guys, we need to look at the big picture of our profession and, who we are. And if you're acting like that, and you're doing those things, how does that help us? Call them out. It's important. We all need to collaborate and work together and be a powerful voice.
So that's good. That's a good update.
Yeah.
It does sound like they're putting up quite a bit of data in. They're adding a lot of fields that they're trying to collect, so they have everything documented.
Yeah.
And then they're actually collecting the documents so they can display them correctly.
Yep.
And now we'll have a little bit more transparency once this is all collected. We're currently during the collection phase right now, is essentially what it comes down to. It's going to take a little bit of time to collect all the data, but it has started.
Huge.
Now, do you know anyone that was involved in this, that started on this for us?
So Adam Majori, who is the CCAR's current governmental affairs director, he is resigning and moving to Oklahoma. But he had a huge role in this. He played a huge part in this, and he fought and worked. And, Collin County is really vocal with these types of things. And he took it and, took it all the way to the top. And we saw results.
And he's moving to Oklahoma, and I think he's got a really cool job going forward. We don't want to go over his personal stuff, but probably congratulations is in order.
Yeah, if you see Adam, I think this is his last week. So if you see Adam, give him a shout out and tell him congrats.
And then he can explain fully to you what he has going on.
Yeah.
But I believe it's a great step in his career.
Moving on it.
Thank you, Adam, for that. We do appreciate it. And, I think this is a good start on the HOA stuff. And then they can continue to add to it and link all of these databases together. So we do have that ultimate transparency.
Yes, for sure.
That's kind of what it's all about. And it's a big deal because the realtors are really about the database. And you have to protect your database and have a great database. And is this ran by realtors or by the state of Texas?
Where does this say?
HOA.texas.gov.
Okay, so that was created by TREC. So TREC is not, they don't regulate HOAs, but they are in charge of this, of having this database and managing the database to make sure that all the HOAs comply.
Okay.
So.
Very good. And the My HOA story, I'm just going to click on that one and see where we got here. Let me see the link here. So this is myhoastory.com.
Yeah.
And I don't see if there's a link directly. Wow, there's a lot of stories that people are putting up there.
Of stories.
Is there a link on the bottom of the page to, is it State Texas Realtors?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfectly. Nice job.
Way to go, Realtors.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today.
HOA.
One more time. I don't know. I just don't know it even happened, but I'm glad you did it. That actually just happened. Remember that, folks. We're done. Get us out of here.
See ya.
That's something. All right, so let me see here. That's a wrap. And then we'll go to take a picture. Ready? Okay, and let's go ahead and pull that out. Ready?
Yeah.
Thank you, Shana.
You're welcome.
my nails looking good. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.